Well, and Jim too.
Another pair of cross males. I'll be honest, I'm excited to get this pair in here. This is going to be 10.5 and 10.6. 10.6 is going to be the wider belted barrow. 10.5 is going to be the chromed up boar pig. So Major League Best Kept Secret, King of the Hill, Kiss My Socks. We saw their sisters earlier. Grandma's a litter mate at the reserve at Houston, raised by Heimer. Mom would have been Hildy's high seller 2 falls ago. Gilt litter raised our pick of the barn for $20,000 at Kingpins. 3rd overall D2 dark cross barrow in Columbus, and then the Ellsworth and Hemphill families, Gilt and Barrow respectively, that won a bunch there last summer and fall, and a pair I guess we're proud of that have been very popular through, and we're excited to see what the guys beside me think about them.
Yeah, guys, these two are just absolute rigs, and I mean, I don't know if you can see it on the video or not, but it doesn't really matter because buy one of them and have a good show in mind and a good home. And if you want a jackpot or if you want to win a big one and towards the middle or the end of the summer, I think both these barrows fit that extremely well. I mean, just two awfully good crossbred barrows, and I don't even know if good is doing them justice, but we can start with the 10.6 there that Abby's trying to get there on the stick. The wider belted one, I think this guy, just in terms of his back shape and in terms of his stoutness of skull, is extremely good. I think if we evaluate that barrow as an individual and not compare him to his mate that's in here, I think that guy, just look up front, is super good. He's long necked but still just so stout in his feature that he's going to look mean, he's going to look aggressive when he hits the ring, but he's still going to be attractive from the side when you get off to him. And then you look at that hip and hind leg, and it's just awfully good and correct. I think it's a really nice barrow there that you can just feed on and kind of coast all the way through. He doesn't need to be pushed, doesn't need to be sat on hard, just kind of a coasting hog that is going to get some attention early, is going to get some attention often. And like I said, when you get to the middle of the summer, I think that barrow just tops out and looks absolutely phenomenal. The one that maybe just comes a notch freakier in terms of his pieces is the 10.5. And, I think that barrow just you can kind of pick him apart or describe him up either way. I think that one, just so many different positives and pieces, right? I mean, he kind of reminds me of his sister, the 10.1, a little bit of, when you would talk about one that's just absolutely freaky in terms of skull and back and bone and feature, but still being correct. And, he's going to need to be managed, there's no doubt, because there's a lot of barrow there. I mean, he's a huge hipped and huge back and huge centered type of a hog that has so much to him, but yet still correct. I think really exciting just in terms of his pieces and parts, right? So if you're trying to manage one that fits the mold and type to win something big, I think this is the one you put in your barn, right? And along with a lot of the other ones that we've seen here that kind of fit that mold, I think this barrow just get him home, get your feeding program together, monitor it, keep it together, and this guy's can get you there for sure.
Well, Abby's got the barrow on there, 10.6, the white hind-legged one there, and that's to me, he's the epitome of balance. That was just an awesome kind of a look, and again, the balance wins barrow shows. I don't care what year it is, and that hog's bones match everything, and he's a stout skull hog, but he's not jug-headed, and he's not a sissy, no jawline one. He's got some boldness to him, and but yet you go back beyond that, and he doesn't get too coarse or too much, and he just balances. Everything fits together so good. Well, look at the squareness of chest floor there, squareness at his knee. Again, we got a lot of shavings. We've seen these back here and more of a bare floor kind of deal, and the pasterns are very good. Levelness of design's excellent. Reach is good behind. Watch him go directly away, and he'll impress you with how he holds everything together and reaches. I think just an excellent barrow that I would guess he's a 1st July through early August type of deal at prime time for a long period of time, and he's one that again can kind of be fed on hard or go the other way and kind of go average at it. Don't want to take him off of everything, but he's one that I think could be awfully good over quite a bit of feeding window. The boar pig there, the 10.5, I think is probably good. That one still is a boar pig, because I think he's got options to maybe be that way. That one's he's wilder in his proportions and and more extreme. He's got that same kind of stout kind of a skull with a good clean jaw line. His bones are really good. Again, he's swelled up and eat a bunch of feed. And I don't call that negative. they've got to eat feed. And that one there is an expandable kind of a center, which makes me think he can be a tank in a good way of being a really, really bold kind of a centered hog that's got big bones and a good chest and a big body with a great big kind of a hind end in him that handles it very, very well. That one there is going to be very interesting over a period of time. And he's one you could probably yank on some and probably be okay and not have to push him to kind of be where you need to be. I think he's got some managing room in him.
And I would say this too, Jim. If you're watching this and you're looking for a boar prospect, I mean that's one to.
He's definitely one of them.
I mean he's one to take a look at pretty hard. And I mean it just I mean obviously it's talking about a baby pig, but that one's got the parts and pieces I think that can really make a next generation good and put some things back into some of these hogs that maybe we're lacking in some places. So. If you're watching this with the intentions of trying to find a boar pig and maybe thinking about one, that's one I don't think you need to think too hard about. That you take a look at him one time and realize what he is and know that he can make your sow herd a lot better.
Yep, absolutely. Again, 10-6 is going to be the barrow. 10-5 is the boar. I think, a feed-wise window, I think you consider both of them Midwest State Fair age. And, I guess I'll just close with that sow raised a very, very impressive pair of males last year that brought a pile of money and won a bunch. And I guess to be blunt, I think this pair is substantially better of them. So 10-5 and 10-6.